All-Star Weekend is upcoming, which means the first half of the season has been passed through basically. A lot of games have been played by all 30 teams. Starting off the video with a lob to my boy Jaime Jaquez Jr. The 2024 draft this year has been a lot deeper than most people think. Even guys in the late first round, some of them second round, have been doing pretty well. It's not just Victor Wembanyama or Brandon Miller that's been showcasing how they can be extreme studs in a few more years once they develop the games that they need to be done. Even guys like Cason Wallace and Derek Lively have been just as impactful for their teams because they've been fitting the roles that have been needed for their respective teams, like the Thunder and Mavericks respectively. Cason Wallace has been surprisingly a great three-point shooter this year, and Derek Lively has been fitting Dallas Mavericks' needs for a competent center because they've been stuck with Dwight Powell as their starting center for a long time. And bring Bam Adebayo to the three-point contest because he's been making a lot of threes for us in this MyCareer mode, something that has been an anomaly for him in real life. He never shoots those threes. And then Jimmy Butler on that play, he needs to be in this slam dunk contest. Let's look at that tomahawk dunk in half-court setting. It really sucks that Jimmy Butler isn't healthy, and there's been a lot of all-stars that have been snubbed. James Harden and Trae Young. Well, Trae Young has been able to make it because of an injury replacement, so I'm gonna talk about that. And you're going to see a lot of plays like that James Harden alley-oop to Zubac in traffic. A lot of fantasy plays are going to be made in this all-star game because the superstars want to showcase every single fantasy move that they're going to do. A lot of highlights are going to be made. And look at this highlight. I have Zubac on me. I just get past him and I pass it to Josh Richardson, who makes the three. We were actually down by double digits at the start of the second quarter. We were able to catch up. We have a 3-point lead right now. And we extended to 5 off of that Jimmy Butler drive to the rim. We still keep a 3-point lead with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And I had to wait for Tyler here to get open on that down screen. I was thinking of shooting that, but I wanted to get my teammates going. I don't want to be selfish. Now, when the rosters for this year's All-Star Game has been released, there have been some controversies on whether who should be starting or who should not be starting. And among the most controversial topics that have been discussed in this All-Star Weekend rosters has been Damian Lillard being a starter over more deserving guys like Jalen Brunson. And some people were arguing Trae Young should have been a starter over Damian Lillard because he's been having a much better season. Lillard has uncharacteristically been quote-unquote mid, especially for his standards, especially since his past few years as a member of the Portland Trail Blazers. He's been outright carrying them out of obscurity because ever since moving on from CJ McCollum, they've been missing the playoffs. They've been trying to go into rebuild mode. Ever since then, we were able to get the win over the LA Clippers. Our next opponent is the Orlando Magic, who in this MyCareer for some reason has been 15th in the East, which is funny because the Magic right now are in the hunt for a playoff spot. And they're currently in the play-in race. They have a good roster. It's just that they have some improvements that need to be made. I don't know about Marco Fultz's long-term fit because he's not a great shooter. The Magic actually need a lot of spacing, and they need that spacing so that they can help Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. It'll be much easier for them to have the driving lanes needed for them to be able to maneuver on the court much better, and there will be even more flow to their offense. And a lot of their shooters have been coming off the bench, like Joe Ingles, Cole Anthony, Gary Harris, who actually has been very streaky. And as you can see right there, it is something that barely happens in 2K. I get fouled on a jump shot, which leads me to the free throw line. These past few games, I've been going to the line a lot more because I've been a lot more aggressive. In this game though, I've been trying to play with the lineups a lot more, and because the Magic are, for some reason, the 15th seed, I decided to rest all my starters. So I'm starting Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez, Haywood Highsmith, who actually was involved in a car accident just recently. One of the people that was involved in there had his leg amputated. And in this one, look at that lob to Orlando Robinson. In the real life game for the Heat this year, he's been actually holding his own during the games. Bam Adebayo has been out, along with Thomas Bryant. Both solid centers on their own right. They're just not as elite as Bam Adebayo is, because Adebayo is almost one of a kind. A center that can guard the perimeter, and he's a effective shot blocker as well. And a lot of that has to do with his athleticism. And Jaime Jaquez, on that fast break dunk, he's actually part of the slam dunk contest this year. And there have been a lot of complaints about the slam dunk contest participants, especially when Mac McClung is participating yet again. He's the defending champion. And Paolo Banchero, this dude is gonna be the franchise centerpiece for the Magic. The rookie showcase is going to be a lot more hype than last year, especially when guys like Victor Wembanyama are on the roster this year. And last year was actually the first time they've made a change to how the games work, because in years past the format is a lot different, and last year it was the first time they've tried a format where there are 4 teams, which one of them is including the G League team. And the winner of last year's Rising Stars Challenge was the team Jose Alvarado was in. He was the Rising Stars MVP for that event. We scored our 106 point in the 4-minute mark, and look at the score. 4 minutes in, we didn't even get to score a bucket. We struggled, but then I was able to make a clutch shot just to end the drought. We held on to win that game, and we're on the back-to-back. We're against the Spurs. This was a fun game from start to finish. I skipped the first 3 quarters because the 4th quarter is where things are a lot of fun. We were down by 20 at the start of the 4th quarter. We were trying to pull off a desperation because we wanted to keep our streak alive. We didn't want to get embarrassed by the young and upcoming Spurs, the team that has Victor Wembanyama. They even got a promising guy like Malachi Branham, and they tried Jeremy Sohan at point guard, which ultimately was not that much of a success because that's just not his natural position. And Caleb Martin, he's showing he's my trump card this year. He's been making almost every single one of his catch and shoot threes. Like, it's like whenever you pass it to him and he's wide open, it's literally automatic. And look at this play right there. This rarely happens also, as well as the foul and jump shot. We get the ball back after a missed free throw from my teammate, and it leads to me getting Branham in the air. I make a layup. They have to call a timeout. We're down by 10. 4 minutes left. We're down 117-106. I cut to the basket again. cutting it down to 9. The young and upcoming Spurs were giving us a hard time the entire game. They may be a rebuilding team, but Greg Popovich trying to show off why he's among the best coaches in the league. He's trying to experiment a lot more, which is a good thing because back then he's been used to having guys like Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker, all championship teams, and this is a low IQ play by me, a rookie mistake right there. It happens, but it felt like we were going to have our chances ruined because of that, but we're not out of it. Feeding Bam Adebayo, who has Trey Jones on him, he had to make that, take advantage of the mismatch. 2 minutes 52 seconds left, we're down by 3. I'm trying to pressure Trey Jones in the backcourt. He dribbles it off my foot. I want to pass it to Jaime Jaquez, but instead I take the 3 to tie the game. What a comeback. We were down 20 to start the 4th quarter. The Spurs still have a lot to learn. They tend to get into good first halves, and then their second halves, there are times where they keep blowing the lead. They have a lot of blown leads in this second half this year, in the second half of their games at least. It happens to all rebuilding teams, and this is how everyone gets a lot of experience. I just run a pick and pop with Caleb Martin. I'm telling you, he's my trump card. He's leading the league in 3-point percentage, even higher than the likes of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and even Buddy Hield. We have a 3-point lead now. We gotta play the 2-minute drill against the San Antonio Spurs. We're playing 2-3 zone. Keldon Johnson forces it. We get the stop. Huge possession for us. We have to slow the game down so that we won't make too many mistakes. I had to pass it to Caleb Martin, and then he tried to go for the mid-range, pull up the dagger, and he misses it. Just gotta stop the other team from scoring. Look at Wemby. He has the mismatch. He has 6'7", 6'5" Caleb Martin on him. He's 7'4". Why are they not running to him? Why are they running a pick and roll instead of a post-up? Caleb Martin is a total mismatch. That was a wasted possession for them. Trey Jones. Another miss. Alright, so we get another stop, but we have to be able to score now. So we run the same play as of a while ago. I tried to get off 2 screens. Okay, I'm not open that time. I tried to pass it back to Adebayo, but instead I bring Zach Collins to him. I should have backed up a bit. We're still up by 3. Trey Jones driving to the paint, and he gets all the way to the basket. So we call a timeout with 3 seconds left in game. They're down by 1. They don't need to foul. We're still running the same play as of a while ago. And I drive all the way to the basket, and I get fouled. It was a risky play, but then I made both free throws anyway, so we're up by 3. I have the option to foul, but for some reason, whenever you try to press the intentional foul button, it doesn't work. But then I get another steal from Trey Jones. I go to the free throw line where I make my first free throw. Oh wait, no, I miss my first free throw. There are even times where I time the free throw perfectly and it's not even a perfect release, and I missed the free throw anyway. We're up by 4 now. Look at Wemby bring the ball up the court. He passes it to Keldon Johnson for the corner 3 over Jaime Jaquez. He makes it. It's a 1-point game in favor of us. They have to play the foul game because they have no more timeouts. I'm back at the free throw line. Hopefully I don't choke at the free throw line. I make the first one. Number 2. Can I make the second one? Yes, I do. We're up by 3. Their only hope now is to bring the ball on the other side of the court. They don't do that. David Vassell from half court for the tie. It's no good. We hold on to win. Come back down 20. And the next game against the Boston Celtics, we're down by 10. We were trying to do the same desperation comeback, but then Drew Holiday was just killing us in this game. There were times where he was making layups that were contested. I was right there. He still made that. The Celtics are a lot tougher than the Spurs, so the comebacks are not gonna be easier. And we even had all of our starters in the game because this is a huge matchup. A rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals, last two East Finals at least. Josh Richardson gets open for the down screen for the three. So we're still down by 10 with 8 minutes left in the game. Trying to fight over the screen. No, Jimmy Butler leaves. Jason Tatum, we're lucky he missed. I bring the ball all the way to the half-court line. Jimmy Butler's out there attacking Jason Tatum. And he makes a contested layup. 8-point game now. So we have to be able to get all the stops we need, especially against a strong team like the Boston Celtics. An elite team at least, because they have a lot of good options. But then there was just the miscommunication for us right there. We were trying to make a comeback, but the Celtics just kept on answering whatever run we tried to attempt. And as a result, Jason Tatum with a fast break dunk. We were slowly losing hope for a comeback, especially after that last game. Drew Holiday just made a contested layup over two defenders. This is not how Drew Holiday plays. I mean, he was an all-star, but it's not like he's playing like it's all-star self right now. Like, especially not during his Sixers years. They were triple teaming me. I had to pass it to the corner to Jimmy Butler, and he makes them pay. Down by 9, Derek White. He makes an open three. And it's funny because Derek White has been getting a lot of all-star nods for some reason. And look, Tyler Hero gets injured, and that makes Derek White be able to get the offensive rebound. Derek White has been getting a lot of all-star nods for a 4th and 5th option, and when a lot of people were saying he should make the all-star game, it was controversial as well. As controversial as the Damian Lillard starting controversy. We lost to the Celtics and we're playing the Milwaukee Bucks. The team, Damian Lillard got traded in. And it was just a bad game for us because Giannis just dunks it over my teammate off an alley-oop. He was just embarrassing us this entire game. But we were able to keep the game close at the first half. But then at the end of the game, things just went all the way downhill. So going back, so it's like Damian Lillard being an all-star starter is because of reputation. And there are times where I feel like people most deserving, like I said a while ago, Jalen Brunson, even Trae Young, even the likes of Donovan Mitchell, they've all been performing better than Damian Lillard. And in the past few games, even guys like Dante DiVincenzo has been outperforming Damian Lillard. And it really just makes no sense as to why he's a all-star starter right now. Tyrese Halliburton may be a starter, but that's more because the all-star game this year is in Indianapolis. And he's playing for the Indiana Pacers, which is the team representing Indianapolis. So it really just makes it clear that Damian Lillard just got the all-star spot by reception alone. Scotty Barnes and Paolo Banchero also made the all-star game this year. Paolo Banchero being the first sophomore to make the all-star game since LeBron James. You don't often see young talent like that these days, especially when you're coming off 1 year college. Sometimes the college experience is severely underestimated. College experience really helps with with getting ready for the professional setting. Guys like Jalen Williams, who also has all-star potential. We don't know if it's going to be a lot of them with OKC since they have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. At the end of the buzzer, that Bam Adebayo shot is being reviewed by the refs. We don't even know if he got the shot off in time. Replay review is in, and it doesn't look like he got it off in time. Summary of our entire game against the Bucks: we struggled mightily on offense. Anyway, so besides Jalen Williams, we also have Christian Braun. He also is a 4-year college dude, and he's a champion with the Denver Nuggets. He's part of the roster that is currently the defending champions this year, and he's NBA ready, like really, because college experience helps out a lot. And look at Giannis right there. We couldn't even get a rebound over him. And Malik Beasley just made a contested shot. I was right there. We're down by 17. I was waiting for Tyler Hero to get open by that thin screen, and then I just passed it off of Chris Middleton's face. That was a play that would normally work whenever it succeeds, and then it just leads us to be down by 19 instead. Just a bad game for us overall. And we could even win against the Boston Celtics prior to that. And it just makes it feel so much worse as Giannis just gets every single offensive rebound down this stretch. Last game for us before All-Star break. We're playing against the Sixers. I decided to rest all their stars again. And Duncan Robinson just got off to a great start for us in this game. He was just making every single wide open jump shot. He scored around 11 points in that quarter. And this Nash twist is one of my favorite plays because whenever they would get stuck on the screen, they don't even do anything. And just a showcase of my foul baiting, I was able to draw another foul, and Duncan Robinson just shoots it over the Anthony Melton for another 3. He was our lifesaver of that game. It was also not a great game for us. And then the pin screen works. Duncan Robinson goes all the way to the baseline for the reverse layup. He's not just a shooter anymore. He can make fancy layups at the very least. And then Orlando Robinson just couldn't even hold his own against Joel Embiid. He's just too good. He's not going to be Bam Adebayo level defender. And I was so afraid of Embiid, I decided to double him, leaving Patrick Beverley wide open for 3. The 3-point contest is going to be a lot interesting as people are getting upset on who's snubbed. Just like the All-Star game, people are saying Isaiah Joe is robbed yet again. For the second year in a row, one of the best shooters in the NBA isn't getting the recognition. And it's because he's in the Thunder, a small market team. The Milwaukee Bucks, however, have 2 participants in the 3-point contest, Damian Lillard and Malik Beasley. And the irony is, the Bucks are a small market team as well. So it makes no sense that the Thunder, who are number 2 in the West right now, are not getting enough recognition. At least some of the players are not getting enough recognition for the 3-point contest. At least Jaime Hawkins is getting recognition for his low-key athleticism. That's why he's in the slam dunk contest right now. But people are going to say the slam dunk contest is still going to be boring. Well, the slam dunk contest hasn't been the very best ever since the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon fiasco. But there are participants that have been very interesting to me. Jaylen Brown, who is known for his flashy in-game dunks, his posters over certain superstars like Donovan Mitchell and especially Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's not afraid to jam it down over anybody. And it makes it funnier because he has a bad left hand. Whenever he drives left, he almost always fumbles the ball whenever he tries to drive going left. And the defending champion MacBook Long, he's part of the G League. Last year, you never expected a G League player to win the slam dunk contest. And look at that mismatch right there. I'm guarding Joel Embiid. I tried to call for the help. Orlando Robinson couldn't get there in time. So Embiid just makes it anyway. We were just getting totally embarrassed in this game. And as right there, Martin Jr. just dunks it over Jaime Jaquez. He just got his welcome to the NBA moment right there. A lot of players do, at least, which consists of very embarrassing plays that they're going to have to endure for the rest of their rookie years. A lot of promising rookies and sophomores participating in the Rising Stars Challenge. You got Keegan Murray, who I feel like is severely underrated because he's actually played his role well with the Kings as a spot-up shooter. And then there's Brandon Pajemski, a suitable replacement for Jordan Poole and the Warriors, as the thing with Jordan Poole has been very toxic, and it's a good thing that Golden State has been able to find a replacement in Brandon Pajemski. Pajemski has been in my stocks ever since that game against Minnesota. He's been playing very well. He's going to be a great backup for them in the future. And Shaedon Sharpe, who has unfortunately had to be shut down for the season due to a season-ending foot surgery. He was supposed to participate in this year's Rising Stars Challenge. He has a lot of potential as well. He's been improving his shot creation, but he's out for the rest of the season. We lose against the Sixers. We lost both to the Bucks and Sixers, which is funny because the Heat just won against both of these teams in real life. That being said, we're just glad the All-Star break is coming up. We're going to need it. Come on, I steal it from Devonte Graham. Oh, Bam Adebayo! He just posterizes Victor Wembanyama on that alley-oop. Let's run that replay again. That was nice. Look at that.